on here because there's been some technical difficulties, challenges, but that's what's going to happen when you write a book. You might want to revise it. There's just a couple things, different things, and sometimes, unfortunate things. And you can write about those things as well and get paid for it. So it's something about your intellectual property, just like any education you get, nobody can take that away from you, you know. So, with that in mind, knowing that kdp.amazon.com is a place that can start your own book club, Kindle Direct Publishing, and you can actually choose how much you want to charge for your book and so forth, and the places that you like your book to be shipped to, and your royalties and so forth. So, that's the resource that I share often at the Made in Compton store, where you can also establish book placement. Yes, if you're already an author, yes, indeed, contact the Made in Compton store either by email or come in person. And the address is 906 South Willowbrook Avenue, Unit B, Compton, California, 90220. You live out of state or internationally, you can also email and you can ship your books to the store. We can still do your interviews. We can still have you in our email newsletters. We can definitely still advertise your book, okay? We can get that interview, whether it's on Zoom or, some other feature. Absolutely. And with that in mind, there's so much you can write about. Yes, I have the Compton street sign in my beanie, just to share with you all that these are just different things that the Made in Compton store has. I want to let you know, though, specifically with the Compton street sign, with the purchase of any Teddy G book, you get one free. And this is Made in Compton store, waterproof sticker. Yes, and just a testament to let you know you can write about anything. Yes, hats, glasses, whether you call them lokes, and you can have a different chapter about all the different types of glasses that you've ever worn. You can write about so many different things. And yes, indeed, there's so many things in this vast world to write about. And with that in mind, I want to speak to the people that, sometimes they say, well, I think I'm a perfectionist, so it's really hard for me to get started with writing a book. Well, there's this thing. Please share with them if it's not anybody that's listening. If you know somebody and you've been encouraging them to become an author, please let them know or remind them that even New York bestsellers, they have mistakes in them. And there's been documentaries and so much more to share, because I want to say documentaries and interviewers that have shared that, as well as interviewees. Okay, so there's a plethora of people that became authors, and there have been mistakes in them, and sometimes different apps, they change different things, like we noticed about the font. Absolutely. So there's changes that can be made later, even after they're published. And just like with writing a song, you can remix a song, you can add words, you can ad lib, you can finesse them, and so forth. And with that in mind, anybody that has already written plenty of lyrics, you have a book already written. All you have to do is copy and paste it on a document and format it into a PDF. If you're using Amazon, kdp.amazon.com, flip it to a PDF. And as long as you have 100 pages of your lyrics, you have a book already. Absolutely. And you can get paid for that creativity. So just a reminder, this is just a word of encouragement. I was on another platform and it was 3 minutes, but it may still show up, and it's going to be a few different versions of those 3 minute versions. So if they are, that's just like writing a book. You revise, and sometimes you might just write it the way it is, and you say, you know what, I'm going to write another one because I want to write about something else, and you just want to get this information out there. Absolutely, it's up to you. So is some people just stuck on I have to write a big book, a thick book. I'm not really sure about the small books. And then there's people that's not really sure about utilizing AI and to make it quicker because they've been shared with so much information that may not be appealing. But just know that Amazon says you could just click a button and you can do that. And I'm speaking from, I've done this before AI, that we've been inundated with AI. I already have written 500 books. Okay, so I'm approaching 520 books with AI, and I'm really certain that there are so many people that they want a book, they know that they can at least write the first book, just the mechanics, learn about it, the technicalities, the possible challenges that you may go through. Yes, at the Made in Compton store, we're here to help you. And if it's anybody that's out there that knows somebody that been waiting for somebody to take their hand to help them to become an author, absolutely. Please send them to the Made in Compton store. And if they have time in a day, we can get a book done. That's really real, okay? I've written 3 books before going to work. With AI, it is definitely possible. I'm telling you. Also, and then once you get past that, you can write the book the way you want to write the book and take as long as you want to take and that type of thing. But I can help you with the mechanics, streamline all these different long lists of information that's out there about creating a book. So it's just up to you. Literally, you can write a book that's 100 pages or less. Hi there, how are you? Yes, indeed. Hi there. And I'm just not sure who, what you may need, but I wish there was a way if you could comment and share. I need help with this part, or I'm interested in this type of book, or I need help in this. I want to write a book about, a novel. I want to write a book about cooking, what have you. And if there's some suggestions I can share with you, I would like to share those with you. Absolutely. So Monday through Thursday, I will be on here. Absolutely. Because even if it's a class that I'm going to conduct here, then I can still do 3 minutes on here. That's what I see. And if I have to do that in my car, because today it was another person and another class going on in the one that I had scheduled that I put on the flyer and everything, did a video for. So at any rate, I was just determined. I said I just couldn't let today go without touching the world. And for some reason on the YouTube channel, there's a shorts, there's a challenge there. Maybe it's going to upload all 3 versions that I've done. I'm not sure. But that's just like with writing. You revise, you may just change certain synonyms, adjectives in the book. You may change your chapters around, anything. And so you take notes, whether you just write them down on a notepad or you have some other tablet going along with what you're working with, whether it's your cell phone or your laptop. And I'm telling you, because sometimes you might forget, oh, I switched chapter 6 to where going to create the page numbers when you get started. And whether you use Roman numerals or whole numbers, it's up to you. But get started with the page numbers in the beginning. But the last thing that you check, you double check, is that table of contents along with your chapters. Just trying to streamline some things for people because I'm not really sure where help is needed at this time or another. But I'm just going to start throwing some information out there because I know it's one thing to share about where you can upload your book, but before you can even get to that portion, you need some other. People have been sharing that they need some other notes, but they don't really have time. So maybe they'll have time with these videos because you can pause and play them, okay? And then it may help you. And I'll try to make them fast, and you can even click the it's a little X and a 2 or a 2 and an X or something like that where you can go twice as fast so I can talk faster to you. So because I know it's some people, that's why they haven't written a book, because they just really haven't had time. And there's this thing about chat GPT. Some people tell them, no, don't use that. You need to write it from, what you know from your dome and this, that type of thing. Well, you can, but I'm just saying, just to get past that hurdle is something about just get your first book done. If you really want to be an author, if that's you that's out there, or you've been hearing that you need to write a book, Made in Compton Store, we can help you. Please know that. And if you want to send an email about what you need help with, and I can speak to that on the next video, please email madeincomptonbrand@gmail.com. You see the Instagram, Made in Compton Brand. There's a Gmail, Made in Compton Brand at gmail.com. Yes, indeed. You want to send subjects, please share information about this portion of becoming an author. Outside of that, I just want to really make these really quick. Thank you for tuning in. Hi there. Absolutely. Yes, I think this would be really neat. I'm tired and I have my looks on, but I think it's kind of fun doing different things. Usually I might wear the globe in my hair and everything like that, but I need to get my hair done. I've been wearing this one for a long time. You can write about wigs. Trust and believe. I wrote a book. My chapter. It poems to. Oh Lord, it's one of the books I wrote, and it talked about wigs in there. So, but I believe it was that book, something about the poetry. Oh my goodness, poems to motivate. Oh Lord, I wrote a lot of books that I don't know what I wrote about in every chapter or anything like that, but I you gotta know I have a lot of experience and a lot of suggestions, and I can help a lot. Okay, so with that in mind, just share this video. I appreciate you, and please email me, and I will speak to those suggestions. Within reason, we know we have some bots sometime that be out here, that type of thing. But please just know that I'm here to help, and I'm at the Made in Compton store. You already know. If you don't know the address, once again, uh, I've been doing videos. 906 South Willowbrook Avenue, Unit B, Compton, California. 90220. The cross streets are Alondra and Willowbrook, Made in Compton store. And if this reaches somewhere else, please you know, subscribe to the MICPT Channel 12 Compton YouTube channel. Also, the book club is on Instagram, Made in Compton Store underscore book club. And we do have a fan page on Facebook that's Made in Compton brand. I have to double check that one, but yes, I'll be here. All right, so just share information, and we appreciate you. Yes, please subscribe to YouTube because there's a plethora of information that'll be shared, especially on the business podcast, micpt.com podcast. We've been doing it for like about 2 years now. And Bone with Friends airs at 9 o'clock p.m. on Sundays, Pacific Standard Time. And you'll have a lot of fun, learn a lot of information. We have a lot of resources. All right, until next time, everybody, have a great, great time. Absolutely. Thank you for watching.